the High Octane Podcast. I'm your host, Bob, and we are back after a very short break. I did take last week off. I had some shit going on, so I didn't do an episode. But here I am back again, and I have a treat for you guys. I have a guest for the first time in a minute. You guys have not heard from him in quite a while, so let's get to it. Where's my music? Let's go. All right. And like I said, I do have a guest, and I'm going to bring him in right now.
What's up,
George.
Hey.
George is back, everybody.
Hi.
He went a little MIA for a second time, but not as
I didn't
long.
MIA for a second time. Just.
Or as bad as the first time. I had to hunt your ass down the first time.
Yeah, you did. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man. You had shit going on. But tell us what's been happening.
Just a lot of family stuff, and possibly moving across the country. Yeah, we got a lot of things going on. A lot of things on the plate. Selling the house finally. We close on the 15th, so we'll see how this goes.
Of next month?
Yes, of next month. I'm actually going to send you something.
You're sending me something?
Yeah, I'm sending you something.
Where?
Via text.
Okay.
Why don't you look at that real quick and tell me what you think?
Okay, I got it. Let me load it up here. You mentioned movie. Oh God, I saw that earlier. All right, so yeah, we'll get to that. We will get to that.
Yes.
All right, so you mentioned moving across the country. I know. Now you told me about it. I don't know any updates on the matter, but Hawaii of all places. It's not even across the country. That's to the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, it is in the ocean. I got to. My other half gave me the green light for it, so he's like, I can live here. I'm like, all right, cool. So we're investigating right now. We're plotting it out. If it'll be a good move for us. Mom and Dad are not too happy about it, but they'll get over it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
so
it's a good pay bump. It's a good pay bump.
Yeah.
You be in Hawaii, you give them a place to come visit, and me.
Right. They're in Alaska right now, actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. 50th anniversary.
That's cool.
2-week cruise. They come back Tuesday.
Don't tell Angela that Chris is saying. Don't tell Angela that he's moving. She'll be all right.
She'll be all
right. Well, that's cool, man. You know, I hope it's the right decision for you guys, and
I hope it is too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so
it's pretty cool. It's expensive over there. I know that much. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to my aunt. She's lived there for years and years and years.
Years. I know she's been there for a minute.
Yeah, she's been there a long time.
Yeah. So.
So I've sent George a few things that I want to talk about over the next few weeks, and I'm going to let him choose what we talk about right now. So take a look at those three things and tell me what you would like to talk about. And I'll have to pull it up and so we can screen share and everything.
All right.
Which one piques your interest?
Which one do you think would pique my interest? Because I think you already know.
Probably the Wagons.
Exactly. Yeah. Why would you have to ask that question?
All right. Well, I wanted to give you the option. Never know.
Come on.
All right. So let me pull it up here, and then we'll get to that after. We got a few current event type things. Chris, that's good that you're actually on here, because this first thing that I want to mention is, going to interest you because it involves a hockey player that you know very well. So, but first off, let's do the what are we drinking thing first. And it is this week. It is because I have a guest. It's been what am I drinking lately? But all right, let's get into that real quick. Okay. You want to go first? What are you drinking?
I'm actually not drinking anything because I was drinking water, but now I'm good. Now I gotta kind of gotta pee, but I can hold it.
Well, I mean, if you need to go, go. I
No,
mean,
I'm good. I can
all
hold it
right,
for about 8 hours. I'm good.
that's all good. Water's
Yeah.
water's good. I've drank too much of it today, so I'm not drinking water. Uh, it looks like water, but it is not. I am drinking Purity vodka.
Good God.
It is not from the milk maker.
Sure.
This is made in Sweden, so no, it's not from the milk maker. This
Mm,
is by far the best vodka I've ever had, especially for the money. It's very cheap. Distilled 34 times, smooth as water, but it'll get you drunk. It's really, really, really good. $25 for this one, but that's what I got. So, cheers to your water, my friend,
cheers. Yes. Actually, it's across the room.
and don't drink and drive ever. I know from experience, twice. I am a naughty boy. I know. All right, so first
Yes.
thing, first thing, Chris, I'm gonna address you directly on this one. I am going to screen share what I am about to talk about because it matters. So hang on, just bear with me for one moment. I have to make this thing small first. Let's see, screen share. All right, so this is what we're going to talk about first.
Sweet Jesus.
All right, or is everyone paying attention? Yarmir Yager plays professional hockey in I no, I actually think he might have retired after like freaking a long time playing. Apparently he got T-boned in his Kia EV6. First off, shame on you for driving a Kia. You have more than enough money to not drive a Kia. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure where this happened. Um, he is still playing hockey in the Czech Republic where he's from originally, but he got this is his Kia and it got T-boned by a public transport. I guess in the Czech Republic where
Yeah, because that's a Czech truck. Yeah, he's not here in the
okay.
United States, so
All right. So over there in the Czech Republic, he got freaking T-boned by a public transport. Um apparently it was his fault. Um I guess he pulled out in front of this giant like
right.
passenger bus and I don't know what speed it was going. I don't know if he got hurt. I'm not going to like spend too much time on this
Speculate.
shit, but
Mhm.
I know Chris. Oh, he is still playing in the NHL. Jesus Christ. That dude's old as shit. Hang it up, bro. But anyway, like I said, I don't know if he got hurt. Hopefully not, obviously. Let me pull it back up here. See if I can find it real quick. Breathalyzer. He was not drunk, or at least he wasn't over whatever limit it was. Over it is over there. Who knows? Didn't go to the hospital, so he's obviously not hurt too badly, if at all. So cool for you, Kia. This is a ringing endorsement for how safe your shitty vehicles are. So that's
Well,
what it is
Kia
on that.
also has a lot of different a lot of different vehicles that we don't see here in the United States,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and and so over there, a Kia could actually be a luxury vehicle. It is a Czech Republic for crying out loud.
yeah. I mean, they don't
So
make their own vehicles, so
no,
I'm sure whatever they import, they're happy to
the
get.
Czech did try to make their own vehicles, and they failed at it miserably.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
Russia, the Czech Republic, and none of those Eastern European company or countries, other than the Asian countries, none of them can make vehicles to save their lives.
yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's true. Uh, so you got something you wanted to bring up? Hit me with it.
So rumor has it that Chevy is bringing back the full size Impala SS. They're taking the Cadillac CT6 body and the Chevy Camaro front end and making a love child and giving it a full. I think it's going to give it a supercharged 6.2 engine. They didn't speculate how much horsepower, but to kind of bring back the big bodies, which I think car manufacturers need to bring back the big bodies. Caprice, the Impala, the Town Car, the Grand Marquis, not the Grand, no, the Crown Vic. Sorry, not the Grand Marquis. Screw Mercury, but the
With
Crown
you there.
Vic. Um, I think that'd be outstanding for them to bring back. The Continental should have been a full size. I'm not gonna lie, Lincoln, you screwed the pooch on that one. The Continental should have been a full size suicide door vehicle. Period. Dare anybody to argue with me with that?
Well, some of the Continentals did have suicide doors, and I think long wheelbase trim
Yeah,
and top of the line trim, obviously too. But yeah, not all of the Continentals did. I agree with you with the Continental. Also, it was a complete and blatant ripoff of a Bentley.
complete.
Look wise, profile wise, anyway. Whatever. But now getting back to the Impala, it wouldn't hurt my feelings by any means. Obviously, if they brought it back in in the proper way, big body, front engine, rear drive, supercharged 6.2. If you want to do the CT6 Blackwing 6.2, I wouldn't. I would do the C7 ZR1 supercharged 6.2 in a car that big. But it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense that they would do it since they literally just discontinued the Impala.
Yeah.
And rumors fly all the time. I understand that, but just the state of the industry and what the public demands is not cars. It's just not cars, especially.
They are now.
Well, with the way
now.
gas is, yeah. I think a lot of these automotive manufacturers kind of shot themselves in the foot
Yes.
when it comes to that.
Every single one of them shot themselves in the foot.
I agree 100%. And I really hope that they kind of shift their focus a little bit because it doesn't look like gas is going back down anytime soon.
It doesn't.
But where they screwed up more than anything is it's going to take time to develop new cars. Because you can't just go from the last year Impala, that was 2 years ago, to a new Impala overnight. You can't do that. It takes time to develop.
Still making this Cadillac CT6. They're still making it.
I know, but
it irritates the shit out of me. They're not bringing it back to the United States.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's very annoying. They still make the Buick Verano, but we don't get it here. It's stupid. All these other third world countries, they're getting all these subcompact cars that they make. And
I want the CT6. I don't care about subcompact. Give me the big
I'm just saying they still make cars for other markets. Just don't bring them here
because our roads are too wide. When they're making the small body compact cars for Europe and Asia because they have tiny ass roads, and those little cars can fit on them.
Oh yeah, I mean over in India and everything, they can't do the giant cars like we can over here. The infrastructure just won't support them. So I understand the subcompact cars in the smaller, not the smaller countries, but countries that aren't set up like we are. But I don't know. I don't see it happening anytime soon. Obviously, they could do, like you said, a love child between the CT6 and the Camaro. I'm not 100% sure if I would like the way that looked. I would have to see a rendering of it.
I'm trying to find that article where I saw the rendering of it, and I liked the rendering of it. The front end they had the headlights.
Which
the Camaro?
The newest Camaro?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I won't like that. I don't like. That's what I don't like about the new Camaro is the front end.
They just took the headlights, not the whole front end, just the headlights, and then they had the straight normal Cadillac, straight the LED warning lights. They go straight up and down.
I need to see it.
Yeah, I know.
If you can find it, yeah. If you can find it, fine. Yeah, we'll look at it. But my brother wanted me to mention something that I shared to the group this morning. I think I shared it. Yeah, I think I did. There's a company building obviously an aftermarket current GMC Jimmy for SEMA. The upcoming SEMA show.
Yes.
And I didn't read the article. I didn't really get a great look at the pictures, but I know what the current GMC trucks look like. And I'm sorry, they need to build that fucking thing from the factory. It is insanely cool. It's a two-door Yukon with a removable top. It's a modern GMC Jimmy,
Full size?
full size.
I need to see it.
It's in the group. I shared it today.
Oh, I gotta get back up in there. Look at God.
There's two pictures of a gray one. There's two pictures of a red one. I'm sorry, it's sick. It's insane. I love it. GM needs to build it. They won't, but they need to build it.
Hi.
Exactly.
Not that.
Exactly.
That's not what I'm looking at.
Oh, what are you talking about?
This
Oh, that stupid ass freaking G wagon.
Yes, yes.
I figured you'd like that.
Why? It's so cute. Oh, I want it.
No, it's ugly as hell.
So is your hairstyle, but don't hear me talking about that now, do you?
Hey, you know what? Shut up.
Oh, hi.
I told you.
Oh, hi.
It's freaking sick.
Oh, hi.
That red is nice. I love the red. Chris, you're right. You're absolutely right. They wouldn't be able to make enough at all. They would sell every single one that they made plus some. I don't think production would be able to even keep up.
I don't like the wheels, but I see what you're saying. I like it. It was a great idea.
All right, let me look at the wheels. Hang on. Let me see.
It's the Harley Davidson wheels they put on the Sierra when they made the Harley Davidson edition. That's exactly what they are.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not a fan of the wheels either, but that's very easily remedied.
Yes, it is.
Well, everything else is sick. It's insane.
Everything else, yes. I don't like the light bar on top of the red one, but I like the
light bar is a little over the top. You don't really need it. Oh, Brian shared it. I'm sorry, Brian. I took credit. Brian shared it. Brian shared it.
I liked it. I do like the idea of the Jimmy. I do like it. I think it's sick. Bring back the Blazer, and it's sort of like that Instagram post I shared with you. Photos I showed you from Instagram. A guy I follow that he makes a lot of concepts, and let me see if I can find it real quick so I can figure out what it's called.
Who's this Facebook user? Who are you? I don't know who you are. You just laughed. Make yourself known, please, so we can interact with you correctly. And yeah, Chris, I 100% agree. Do it. Bring the K5 back. Bring the Jimmy back. I guarantee you will make profit on those. Guarantee. Market it properly. Do it right, like in the pictures, and you won't be able to build enough of them. Absolutely right. All right, here. I'm gonna share this for you guys so you know what we're talking about here. Give me one moment, please. Window. All right, so let me move this thing around a little bit. Where did it go? Here it is.
That's what I'm going to do.
Ow! Search. I want you to get big. All right. Okay, here we go. That's what we're talking about. This is the GMC Jimmy, air quotes, if you will. That this flat out autos. I don't know the name of the shop that is building these things, but it's insane. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I agree with George. Different wheels, but everything else is perfect in my opinion.
I think they need to bring back They need to bring a Sierra GT. That'd be nice. I think I sent you a picture of that.
Yeah. That regular cab.
Yeah.
Sierra.
I know you don't like big. I know you're not big on red cabs. I know you're not.
I can't do red cabs. I'm too tall.
You're too tall. I get it.
I know Chris likes regular cab trucks. He has a Ram, a Hemi Ram. And some people might prefer them. I just can't do them. I'm too tall.
I love them. I'm not too tall. I'm the perfect height for.
I'm just not comfortable in them. Now, where I would make an exception is if I was able to find a GMC Cyclone. I think that's the truck.
No. Yeah, Cyclone.
The Cyclone's the truck, I believe. The Typhoon was the Blazer.
Yeah. What about the Monsoon, GMC Monsoon, which was like kind of like the GMC Yukon GT, but before it was a Yukon, it was a Monsoon. It's a full size 2 door.
Oh, that was GMC's version of the SS 454.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
but as an SUV, it's 2 door.
Mm, mm,
It's like a 2 door like full size.
okay.
What the really?
Okay.
I
All right. So next thing, uh, I saw this earlier. George sent it to me. There's an aftermarket. There's an aftermarket company that is taking Camaros and modifying them, if you will, into Chevelle convertibles, modern Chevelle convertibles. Now, first, the first issue I have with this is the original Chevelle and the Camaro were not built on the same platform. They weren't the same vehicle. The Chevelle was a lot bigger. Um, it was just a different vehicle. They weren't the same like the Firebird and the Camaro were.
yeah.
So that's the issue I have with this company taking a convertible Camaro. I don't really know why they have to be convertibles. Actually,
People like convertibles, Bob.
I
It's because you're too
do.
tall for a convertible doesn't mean everybody else should not like them.
I'm not too tall for convertibles. I just don't like them. But I did watch a video on this actual car that we're speaking about right now, and the builder said that with a convertible, the rear quarter panels are apparently easier to change. You know, to get the shape that they want. You know, to resemble the old Chevelles. So that's why they chose to go with convertibles.
Well, let's see.
Which actually does make sense because the quarter panels on the coupes are attached to the roof. So that's like a completely structural like change if if you need to change quarter panels or roof lines or anything like that. So it makes sense for them to go with convertibles, but new speed record at Indy. I saw qualifying on, I want to say Saturday. They hit over 240 miles an hour. And that is incredibly insane. So,
Okay.
yes, I did hear about that, Chris.
Squirrel. When did they move Cars and Coffee to the Nashville Super Speedway?
Last month was the first month that they were at the Nashville Super Speedway, and I saw a drone shot of like the peak time, and it's insane. Like there were a ton of cars out there, like crazy amounts.
Okay.
So I think the move, absolutely, Chris. I think the move, it was necessary, just based on the fact that they outgrew the movie theater there in Franklin. I'm just not sure how it's gonna affect people that want to take their $800,000 million cars to Cars and Coffee, because a lot of those cars are based in Williamson County, in Franklin, in Brentwood. They're not far away from the movie theater.
Right.
Nashville Super Speedway from me is about 35 minutes.
Same.
I'm not 100% sure a lot of these guys are going to want to take their Paganis and their LaFerraris on 840 and drive it there. I'm not 100% sure they're willing to do that. I wouldn't either. But I mean, these snooty bastards that have all this money, they might be willing to do that. I'm not 100% sure they will, but
or truck them, put them on a trailer.
They could trailer them. That kind of defeats the purpose of Cars and Coffee because it's. I think Cars and Coffee is one of those things where it's like you drive in, you park your shit, and people just look at it. Yeah, you hang out, you talk to people. It's not your traditional car show where a lot of people trailer their stuff in. I'm gonna go the week of the 4th because that's the one to go to. I don't know that I'll go in June. I might try to work, but I don't know, maybe not. But like I said, that overhead drone shot of the first week at the super speedway was, I mean, they're not in the infield of the track. They're on the outside of the track, all taking up all the available parking and everything. But
Okay.
the turnout was very, very good.
That's good.
I will say that for them. But okay, so another thing that I saw that I thought is so stupid. Um, so Elon Musk, as everyone knows, stays in the media pretty much 24/7.
Because he has no life.
Kind of ridiculous, actually. I know he's like the richest man in the world, and he's done a lot for the industry, and he has ambition like all over the place. Fine, I get that. But now this fucking guy wants to open a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week restaurant in Hollywood that includes a drive-in theater and charging stations for your stupid ass Teslas. Like, why? What do you know about food, bro? Seriously, what do you know about the food industry? Like, I just don't understand it. I understand having your hands in a lot of different baskets, making money and all that. He's obviously all about money. But a restaurant, I mean, I don't know, bro.
He may have people for that. You know, when you have $265 billion, you got people
he's
for
definitely going to have to hire people that know the industry, and hopefully it's people that he trusts, and people that won't screw him out of money. I don't know anything about the concept, what kind of food they're going to serve. I know nothing about it. I just saw it and willy-nilly pulled it up. Apparently the parking lot's going to have 34 charging stations. 5 of them will be level 2 superchargers. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I just thought it was stupid. I mean, I'd go in there and try it. Obviously, I love food.
You don't say.
Huh?
You don't say. You love food.
Well, maybe a little. Maybe just a little.
I love food because I'm carrying a baby because I'm fat.
Well, I don't look like it. I don't look like it, but I love food.
I love food.
You've seen me eat. You know I love food.
Well, just because I've seen you eat doesn't mean that you love food. You're just doing it to survive.
Oh no! You remember that Fat Mo burger I ate in two traffic
that was
lights?
4 bites. You ate that in 4 bites. That was
exactly.
Ridiculous.
I love
4
food.
bites. You didn't even enjoy the burger. You just ate it. You didn't even taste the damn thing.
Oh,
it was gone. Like I literally saw him unwrap it. I took 2 bites, and his burger was gone. Gone. How did? Yep. Where'd it go? Did you throw half of it out the window and say you ate it? Because I mean,
it was in my belly, and then it went in the toilet.
Good Lord!
Oh, it's delicious.
But squirrel.
Anyway, the last thing for current events.
I got one more thing for current events. Barabbas has introduced a dune buggy.
Oh boy! Okay.
It's based off the G-Wagon platform. No doors, no roof. 900 horses, all-wheel drive. It is beautiful.
Okay. Where did you find this?
Oh God, that's where I find all these crazy ass stories on Google.
What is it? Barabbas dune buggy?
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can find it. Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. It's still got the G-Wagon front end on it.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull this picture up. This is actually a decent picture of it.
I saw a video of it too.
Minimize. Not minimize, just make it smaller. Okay, share so everybody can see what we are referring to. Okay, so this is it.
Yeah, that thing right there. Yeah.
Let me see if I'm finding a better picture of it. That picture sucks.
That is an awesome thing.
It's not close enough to it. No, that one's not either. Let me make this bigger. Maybe that'll help. That help? That helps. All right. So this is what George is talking about. Obviously, this is not from Mercedes. This is an aftermarket Brabus model, which typically they overdo their shit. This thing's actually pretty cool.
So it's a Brabus crawler. It's called a crawler. Sorry, that's my bad. Basically,
Brabus 900 crawler. Yeah.
$900,000. $900,000 for that crawler.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes. 4x4x2.
What? That's ridiculous.
900K.
Here's the interior if anyone's interested. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I assume it's all carbon fiber.
Yes, it is.
I see a lot of it. Oh, it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Even
But for
if it is-
$900K,
well, no. I
is it
wouldn't
worth
pay
it for $900K? That's
I mean-
that's the question of the day.
I'm sorry. You pay $900,000 for that. Are you going to take it off road? Are you?
If I lived in Dubai, I would, because I play in the sand like a motherfucker.
But most people aren't. Let's just be real.
We're only making 15 of them, so.
Oh, so yeah, 15 overly rich douchebags that probably just want a toy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll buy them and put them in their garage. Anyway. All right, I've got one more thing. I know everyone hates the EVs. I know that, which I know not everyone, but most people aren't on board with the EVs yet.
I'm not.
I'm not either. I'm not quite there yet. But the second electric-only vehicle manufacturer, Lucid, has literally just released the Air to the public, and it has already got a recall that they've issued for wiring issues. Now, I have not read the article. I do not know how many cars it affects, but they have delivered less than 1,000 cars to the public. The recall is for 1,117 vehicles, so more than they've actually delivered are being recalled. 2 trim levels, the Dream and the Grand Touring. Let me see if I can find it really quick what the actual issue is. Unsecured wires. Okay, so some of the wires probably just didn't get rose-budded to the body or whatever bracket they're supposed to be fixed to, which can cause issues, fraying, and ultimately fire. So yes, a recall is warranted. Good on them. Side note, they have orders exceeding 25,000 cars already. That's pretty good, especially as expensive as they are. The Dream, the Lucid Air Dream, I think is like $125,000, which is absolutely insane. But it gets really good. It gets really good range. It's like 520 miles. So if you have the money, go for it.
Speaking of it, a poll was taken, that 49% of people who bought Teslas said they would not buy another one, or wish they didn't buy this one.
That doesn't surprise me a bit. Their build quality is garbage.
Yeah.
I've seen, I don't know how many people post videos, share videos of Tesla owners literally being able to stick their entire hand in between interior panels. You're not supposed to be able to do that at all.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. Their build quality is shit.
I actually got to put hands on a Tesla Model S Plaid at a CarMax for sale. They wanted $134,000 for it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no.
Brand new, they're like 180. It's insane.
No. It's like I went to Carl Black Chevrolet. They had an Escalade, a 21 Escalade.
Yeah.
First, I had 13,000 miles on it. They wanted $141,000 for it. I said, "You're out of your effing mind."
That's more than it was brand new by a lot.
I said, "Why would I pay you $141,000 for a used vehicle when I can go to Cadillac and get a brand new one for $109 to $115?"
Exactly. That's stupid.
He goes, "You can't do that anymore." Stop right there, because you can.
All you have to do is all you have to do is order one.
Right.
That's all you have to do, because there's no dealer markup when you order it.
Right.
So yeah, screw them, man. That's
bullshit.
bullshit.
I was like, how much are you marking it up? 25% price markup.
They're all doing it, and it pisses me off. It's ridiculous. Like, just look at what they did with the Corvette. MSRP on the C8 Corvette when it first hit the market was $55,000.
Yes.
Now, the first initial shipment, they sold it at retail. Those people got very lucky. They
Yes.
sold those at retail. But after that, the dealer markups were insane. Over $100,000 for a car that's half that price. But
Just like
people
this. Can make
people still
money.
paid it. People paid it though.
Yeah.
So these dealerships are assholes for doing it, but I don't blame them for doing it because they know people are still going to pay the price.
Yeah.
So if people
Absolutely.
would just wise up and not pay what they're charging, they couldn't charge it.
Right.
But people want these cars so badly, they're willing to pay what these damn dealerships are marking them up to, and it's ridiculous.
I'm not me. I walk away. I'm like, no,
I
we can
won't
keep
either.
it.
I will not either. Absolutely not.
I walk away. I'm like, oh no.
Yep.
Especially when you tell me that I can't go to a I can't order one. Sorry, let's try this again, boo boo.
Right.
Because
Screw
I
you,
can't,
Carl Black.
and you know that I can prove you wrong with
Yeah.
equipments.
All right. So that was a long current event section, but that's okay. I don't care. We're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this thing here. Let me get it ready to go. We're gonna be talking about wagons,
Yay.
and for those of you that don't like wagons, you can sign
Goodbye.
off. You can sign off right now.
Goodbye.
So, because we're talking about wagons. Me and George are fans.
We love
And,
ourselves some wagons.
If you're not, you just suck. All right. So this is there obviously aren't a ton available. None from this country, which is infuriating.
Not really surprised at all.
I'm not surprised, but it still sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the best new station wagons of 2022. So this list is probably not very long, but we're going to talk about them. And I'm pretty sure not all of these I would consider wagons. The first one being the Subaru Outback. I don't consider this a station wagon.
I kind of do.
It's a tall. It's a. I don't know. I just think it's a short SUV.
It's not a short. Seriously, it's a car. It's a car frame. It's a car.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't.
It's like taking an Audi with an A4 all road. It's the same thing basically.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose so. I don't know. I think more of the Subaru legacy would be more wagon.
Let's see. See, my neighbor's got a Legacy, but his is a sedan, not the wagon. I haven't seen the Legacy wagon yet.
I'm not 100% sure they even make it anymore. The wagon, I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but I know that when they were making the wagon, that's a wagon to me. But you're right. This is kind of a tall car. It's like small SUV. I don't know. I guess. I don't like it.
Ugly.
It's freaking ugly. It's definitely ugly. I know Subaru has a good all-wheel drive system, and their boxer engines are good, and blah blah blah. But I don't know. I just don't care. The car is fucking ugly.
Yeah,
it really is. It's terrible. And the new WRX, it's bad too.
Okay.
It's bad. It's just bad. I don't know. This is apparently Car and Driver got this thing made their editor's choice list for 2022. I don't know why.
Really?
Maybe for capability, but can't be for looks. You can get a turbo and a non-turbo.
And its closest rival is what the A4 All Road and the V6 Cross Country.
Yeah, V60 Cross Country. I don't know. I'd rather have the Audi all day.
Well, duh, it's an Audi.
Easily, yeah. I don't know. Standard all-wheel drive, obviously. I think all Subarus have it. Definitely looks like it could do decent off-road. It's pretty tall.
Yeah, it looks like it's got great ground clearance.
Yeah,
it really does.
It's pretty damn tall for what it is.
Lesbian.
Very much so. Yes, you're correct.
Yes.
And that is a bad color too. That blue is not good. I like blue. I'm wearing blue. I love blue, but that's not a good blue.
I don't like that blue.
No, I
This
don't
is not a
either.
good blue. All right.
Uh, it's quite a bit cheaper than its direct rivals, but I don't care. It's terrible. And here's his direct rival, one of them, Audi A4 All
Beautiful.
Road. I love it.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
Yes, absolutely.
Audi is another brand, in my opinion, that doesn't really do a whole lot of things wrong.
Mm.
Really don't. It's not as tall. It's not as probably off-road capable. I don't really think that's the goal of this thing.
It's not. This goal is like, say you're driving in the Rockies, you're going up to your cabin, but you don't want to spend the money on an SUV. You get an all road.
Yeah,
It's a little bit more ground clearance, and that's all you really need for the snow. You get the all-wheel drive for the winding, slow, slick back roads. It's perfect.
yeah, and Audi's Quattro system is one of the best all-wheel drive systems in the world.
Yes.
It's literally all you need. I mean, a little bit of extra ground clearance obviously helps. And in that situation that you're talking about, and it's just much more refined. It's better looking. I'm sure the interior is better. I haven't seen the interior of the Subaru, but I, overall, I'm not a huge fan of the wheels, but I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like it. Now, I, I understand the first two wagons that we've talked about have the higher ground clearance. They're a little bit more uh in between car and SUV, if you will. They're kind of what's the word I'm looking for? They're neither one. They're not car or SUV. Crossover utility vehicle. I don't want to piss anyone off with my SUV talk. Again, I caught shit for calling a crossover an SUV a few weeks ago. So
What'd you call a crossover? What'd you call it?
I was talking about the DBX 707, and I called it an SUV. And a guy I work with, he was watching live, and he commented, he's like, "It's not an SUV." It's like, all right, whatever, fine. It's a crossover utility vehicle, a CUV, if you will. I lump them all together. They're all SUVs to me. But anyway, whatever. These things are kind of like in the middle. They're not quite a car. They're not quite an SUV. Still a wagon, I guess technically. It's just I don't know. These two that we've talked about they've kind of made their own segment. It's really weird.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they technically are wagons, but they're not a car. And then on the other end, they're not an SUV, but they're tall and they're semi off-road capable. I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird segment that we've kind of lumped wagons into anymore. It's just a shame because wagons had their cemented place in America 30 to 40 years ago.
Wow.
People actually wanted wagons. They desired wagons, and they sold well, and they did well, and they were utilitarian. And it just bugs me that we don't make them here anymore.
Right.
It just bugs me. I don't know. All right, on to the next. There's the V60. This is legit a wagon.
Yeah.
It's not jacked up tall like the other two.
I like it.
I do too. I really, really like it.
Like Volvo's been impressing me here lately in the last 5 or 6 years. They've really impressed me with their vehicles.
It annoys me that they're owned by China, but I like them. I really do.
And China's actually doing it right.
I very much like it. It looks good. The wheels are nice. I like the profile lines. The front end's nice. It's not over designed. It's not boring. I like it. I really do. I don't have any numbers on any of these
good
cars.
horsepower.
That's not
The plug-in
what.
hybrid, the plug-in private's got. All right.
That's the Polestar.
Oh, good God.
That's not this.
It does
But if
sell a
it's
Polestar in Dallas and
if it's anywhere near it though, yeah, I'm on board. Like
yeah.
for real, for real. I'm pretty sure this thing's all-wheel drive. Uh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure though. I really do. I very much like this car. Uh,
Yeah.
this is the first legit wagon on this list.
Yes.
Um, I like it. It's a good car.
Yeah.
And Volvos are known for safety, reliability.
Yeah. I don't know.
They've gotten a little bit expensive, but everything has, so
Yeah.
that's not even worth mentioning.
We live in inflationary times.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Everything cost of everything's gone up. Wages have not. And that's bullshit.
Yes.
You can raise your stupid ass minimum wage to $12 an hour all you want. That's still not good enough.
Right.
Not when gas is five damn dollars a gallon.
Hawaii, it's like $7.50 a gallon, I think.
Well, that's Hawaii. Everything, literally everything that does not come from Hawaii is crazy expensive. And even the shit that does come from there is expensive.
Yeah.
It's just Hawaii. You mentioned Hawaii, and Hawaii itself, the name is expensive. It's crazy. It's insane. It really is. But yeah, I very much like this car. If they did a V90 wagon, I'm on board.
I think they do.
I am on board for that. So I like the bigger cars. They typically make better horsepower and all that shit. So if they do a V90 wagon and I could afford it, I'd be buying that because I like the look of this thing. I really do. All right, so moving on. All right, well, I figured this one would be on there, the A6 all-road.
They do make a V90 wagon. It's a T6. And they make a cross country too.
All right. Like I said, I'm on board. Oh, I see it right here. Yeah, this is the V90 Cross Country is the direct competitor for the A6 All Road, so that means it's probably on this list. So we'll see it in a moment.
Yes.
So calm yourself and bear with me. The A6 All Road, it's pretty much the same as the A4. It's just a little bit bigger. Maybe.
Which I'm on board for.
Huh?
I'm on board for it.
Oh yeah.
More legroom.
Yeah, it's
My
it's
favorite's still the Avant.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, the Avant is insane. The R6 Avant is insane. I've seen two in person, and my jaw dropped both times. I was actually on 65 the last time I saw one, and I was not trying to fuck with that thing. Absolutely not.
No, don't get your feelings hurt.
Even though my car is pretty damn fast, I'm not trying to mess with that car because it's way faster. But it looked really good. It was red. Oh, it looks so good. A6 all road, like I said, it's pretty much the same as the A4, just a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit taller. Probably definitely makes more horsepower. So I believe this one has a V6. Probably just as capable, if not a little bit more. But it's pretty much the same car. It's just a little bit more bloated, if you will. Let's roll back up here. I like these wheels much better, though, on the A6 all road. Much better wheel style. Interiors, they're all the same inside and out, except for the A8. The interior is much better on those. But it's a Boulevard Cruiser, Grand Tourer, if you will. So it should be a lot better on the inside. Like I said, I don't have any numbers on any of these things. They're not including those. I have to go to a different page. I'm not trying to do all that. We're just talking about the car itself. But I dig it.
It does come with a glass roof. That I do like.
Well, most of these things have glass roofs anymore. Dual sunroofs and all that shit. Solar. Even some of them are even incorporating solar into them, which I think that's
Genius.
hybrid and EV only. But I think that's like such a great way to utilize dead space.
Yes.
So, shame on General Motors for not doing that with the Lyric. But what can you do? All
Mercedes
right.
E-Class all-terrain. Absolutely hate it.
I am not a fan either. It looks very, very weird. It looks awkward.
It's not that it looks weird. It's the fact that they only make it in all-terrain. They have no other platforms for it.
The E class is no longer a sedan or.
It's a sedan and it's a convertible and it's a coupe, but the wagon only comes in all-terrain. You can't get it.
Oh,
You
okay. I
can't get an
see.
E-Class like E43
I see what you
wagon.
mean.
You can
Okay,
only
so
get an
the
all-terrain.
wagon's only the all terrain.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's annoying, and it is weird looking. It's awkward.
It's way too high.
It looks like the
It looks like an English hearse.
what am I thinking about? It looks like they're what the hell? All this fucking class bullshit. It looks like that. What is it? God damn it! I'm drawing a blank. It looks like one of their like minivan looking things without the minivan rear doors. That's what it puts me in the mindset of.
Not a minivan.
What the hell was it?
Doesn't look like a Sprinter. If it does,
No,
it's
no, no, no,
not a
no, not
Sprinter.
not the Sprinter. Hang on, let me see if I can find it here.
Killing me, Smalls.
Not the Sprinter. Shit. Hang on, bear with me here, guys. All right, definitely not. Maybe not a van. Name all the stupid classes they've had.
The GLA, the GLC, the GLB, the GLE, the GLS, G Wagon. Need I say more?
No, none of those. Like, shit. Can't remember. It's so annoying. It was one of the more uglier Mercedes models.
Hold on.
Shit. It's not a. It's gonna annoy me now.
Don't get your panties in a bunch. Mercedes Benz minivan. Let's see if I can help you out with
It's
those.
definitely not the Sprinter. I knew exactly what that looked like.
Not the Metros. The Metros is hideous.
Wait a minute. M class. That's what it is. Oh, that's not what it is either. Shit.
The M Class is retired. That's the GLE.
That's definitely not what I'm thinking of. I can see it in my stupid head, and I can't think of it. But
So the Mercedes Benz, they replaced the ML series with the GLE series. So type in MB GLE and see if that comes up.
well, I don't like those either. I know what those look like.
I'm sure they don't. Well, they don't like you either. Why? Because they're cheerleaders.
Oh, it's fine. They don't have to like. They don't have to. But I don't know. This thing's just weird. I
It
don't
kind
like
of
it.
does look like a GLE in the front. Type that in. Search it now. Search it now.
God.
God, just do it.
Mercedes
GLE.
GLE. Oh boy. Flip here. No. Maybe
The front.
maybe a slight resemblance, like right here, maybe.
Yes, smashed.
Yeah.
Sandwich. They smashed it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. You're right. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I don't like it either way. So on to the
And that's a
next.
shame because I like the E class.
I love the E-Class.
I do.
But I wish they didn't go from a 63 to a 43. They should have gone from a 63 to like an 83. That'd have been beautiful.
Now,
But
see,
you
I'm
want
not
diamond
a,
numbers.
I'm not a huge fan of the newest E class. I like the
Yeah.
older E class.
I like the 20, the
Here,
1920
let's go back a little
to
bit.
20 to 2018, 2019 E-Class. No, keep going back.
Hang
further.
on. 19. All right, here's the 19 E class.
No, older.
20. Older?
Older.
It won't let me go older than 17
Oh my god. Okay,
on this website. I mean,
I got you.
but yeah, the older ones, even older than this, were better. I agree. This thing's just weird. I don't like it. 3-liter turbocharged V6, inline 6, I'm sorry.
With a hybrid system.
It does have a hybrid system, all-wheel drive, blah, 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 all that bullshit. I don't like it. I just don't like it. It might perform well, makes decent power. I don't know if the all-wheel drive system's any good, but I don't like it. It's just awkward looking. That's just I don't like it at all. I do not like it.
I like
Yes.
it.
Yes, please. This is the cross country, which makes it taller.
No, is it
Still,
14?
huh?
Hold on, I'm searching for my favorite E-Class. Hold on.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
I like.
13. Was it
Oh,
13?
13.
13.
Let's do 2013 E-Class
Yeah, I think that's it.
wagon. Oh
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this body style is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was great.
especially in AMG form.
As it
Absolutely.
came in an AMG.
Mm-hmm.
It
Was
feels like a
it? It was an
65.
E63, right?
Yeah.
E63.
1520 gas.
It. That is it right there.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
that's
Hi.
that.
Hi, darling.
No, that's too new. That's not a good picture. Give me a good picture, you bastard Google.
That's a good
All right,
picture.
that one's for sale. Chicago Motor Cars. That is insane.
That's how much they want for it.
Hang on. Let me go to their website. It might not even be current, but oh, it is. Nope, sold. It doesn't say what they wanted for it. It just says sold.
Oh, whatever. They suck.
It does suck. Probably a lot.
I'd take it in black. I'd take it 13. I'd go down in years just for that.
Probably a lot because the mileage was really, really good, and it's an AMG with the performance package and whatever interior package, whatever that consists of. It's a beautiful pearl white. Oh, there's the interior. Can't really see it all that well because it's a stupid stripe, but I dig the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
13's where it was at.
Yep, I agree. Best body style for the E-Class.
Yeah.
Volvo V90 cross country.
Yes, I like it.
It's too tall, in my opinion. I know it's the cross country. That's the point.
Uh-huh.
But other than that, I really like it a lot.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I'd rock it.
Yeah, I dig that. I would drive the shit out of that too.
If I had to get out of an SUV, if I didn't want to go to an SUV, but I still wanted something like an SUV, that.
Yeah, something that's fairly capable off road, but you're not
that or the
sitting
A6
like
all country.
17 feet off the ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is very strange, and leave it to Volvo to do this. It has a 295 horsepower turbocharged and supercharged four-cylinder with a hybrid system.
Give me how much horsepower?
295.
That's it?
That's it.
That's sad.
For a hybrid and dual charged, yeah, that's this thing should be making 400.
Easy.
All-wheel drive, not sure how good their all-wheel drive system is. Probably okay.
Okay. It's German. It's okay.
No, these are sweet. Well, Volvo originally was Swedish. Now they're owned by the Chinese. Still made in Sweden, obviously, but no, they're not. They're not German.
Okay.
There's apparently
Swedes probably do good because they get a lot of snow, so I'm pretty sure they do okay.
Yeah, I would imagine. And like I said earlier, they're known for safety. Like they're one of the most safest vehicles. They're some of the most safest vehicles on the road, if not the safest. There's a semi-autonomous driving mode. We all know how shitty those are right now. Except for it's now Ultra Cruise from General Motors. It's apparently the most sophisticated semi-autonomous technology out there right now. Autopilot's a joke. Don't even try to use it. Ugh, I've seen so many stories about autopilot causing accidents and.
Yeah, I'm still not on top of that. I'm not on board with that. Like Super Cruise is great because I gotta pay attention to the road. Yeah. But I'm not okay with me like see people who have autopilot and auto and all that stuff, put on their makeup and stuff. No.
Oh no. Some of these idiots are taking it a step further. Some of these assholes that drive Teslas with the autopilot, they're setting the autopilot and getting in the back seat and taking a nap.
I seen him taking a nap in the driver's seat. I saw that. I was like, what?
Exactly. Yeah. In the back seat. Not paying attention or in the passenger. They're in the back fucking seat, bro.
Back seat.
Insane.
Back
Insanity.
Back
Absolute
seat.
insanity. Those people need to be
Sometimes
locked up.
I worry about people.
You have to, because people are idiots. Anyway. All right. Porsche Panamera Cross / Sport Turismo. Okay. So
I love that. Not the cross sport. But I like the Panamera, period. But it's not a wagon.
Actually, I saw one of these not too long ago on 65 in Franklin. And like when the Panamera first came out, no, it definitely was not a wagon. It looked like a dog trying to take a shit.
It did not. Why do you keep saying that?
Yes, it did.
Never looked like that. No,
Yes,
it
it
didn't.
did.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Anyway,
You're on crack because it never did.
This one that I saw recently on 65 actually didn't look too bad, and it is actually a wagon, which is surprising to me because it's Porsche. And I don't know, it's just I'm still not an overly huge fan of the car.
I am such a huge fan. It's got great handling. It does. Like
I know the car.
So it's supposed to be a wagon. It only
I know it
people.
performs. I know it performs well. I know that.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Hi, Sarah.
Wait, what?
Hello from. Hi, Brick for Chris from Sarah Cannon.
We got people friggin' commenting. All right, cool.
Yeah. Thank you,
Be careful with those AMG engines. They're notorious for header bolt issues. Well, I won't be driving one.
I won't be driving.
I can't afford them. Volvo interiors are cool. All right, that's cool. Sarah Cannon. Hello, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Nice.
No, they're in Sarah Cannon Cancer Center. It's Bricks for Chris from Sarah.
Oh, it's Chris's wife.
Okay.
Hello, Sarah and Chris. Welcome. I was actually referring to you to both of you earlier when you guys gave me shit about calling the DBX 707 an SUV. I corrected myself. It's a crossover. I apologize. Brian, are you talking about the Porsche Panamera? I'm sure you are.
About the Volvo V90.
I'm sure you probably are because we've been talking about the Porsche for over a minute, and you commented just a minute ago. So,
I like the Porsche simply because.
Oh, Chris, this is Chris. I'm at Sarah Cannon.
Yes, the Porsche. Okay, the Porsche is cool. The reason why I like the Porsche. See, you butchered that. I said hi, and then I corrected myself because I realized that he said he was at Sarah Cannon, but I corrected myself. The Porsche is cool. And I still don't consider it a wagon, even though they kind of made it look like a wagon. They kind of pushed the back end up a little bit to kind of give it that wagonish look. But to me, it still does not look like a wagon. And if you're going to go look it up and try and prove me wrong, let's go for it.
I need to show you a profile shot of it because it is now actually a wagon. It legitimately is, and I hate to admit that because I don't like the car. Like, look, that's a wagon.
That is not a wagon.
It is a wagon. It absolutely is. That's a wagon.
For once, I actually agree with you. Before you said this was not a wagon, I screamed that it was a wagon, and you told me that it wasn't a wagon. Now that I'm agreeing with you, now you're saying that you agreed with me before saying it's a wagon when it's not actually a wagon.
When it originally came out, no, I didn't. I look at this. That's a wagon.
That is not a wagon. Look at this.
Yes, it is. That's a wagon. That is absolutely a wagon.
That's not a wagon.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Agree to disagree. It's a wagon.
Porsche
Macan turbos are a deal in the car world. We were reading that at the exact same time. The Macan is actually, I actually don't hate the Macan. It is too small.
It's too small. It's way too small.
It is. It is. It's too small.
The Macan to me is like if you get your wife. If you get in a Porsche, but you're getting her smallest SUV Porsche you can possibly get her, just so she can say she has a Porsche, and you know you'll never drive it or never ride in it because it's too small.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Brian, do not give him fuel. Do not add fuel to his fire, Brian. Stop it.
Yeah, I knew
Stop
that.
it.
I know that. The regular Panamera is still the weird dog taking a shit sedan.
Right. This is not, I'm sorry. It's not a
That
wagon.
one's a wagon. The
Nope, it's
Sport
not.
Turismo
Nope.
is a wagon. It is. It is a wagon.
Mm-mm. No, I
Absolutely, it
can't.
is. It
I'm not going to
is.
agree. No.
And it has a twin turbo V6, also a twin turbo V8 that makes 620 horsepower. Also, it comes in hybrid variants and blah blah blah. All that technical bullshit that we're not going to focus on. I
Next
like
car.
it. I think the wagon is cool, and it is a wagon. Thank you, Brian,
I don't know who you are anymore.
Thanks, Brian, for helping me out on that one. I'm pretty sure that's Brian.
Yeah, that's Brian.
My buddy
Yeah,
Brian.
next car.
All right. What the hell?
The Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo.
The Taycan Cross /
The electric
Sport Turismo.
one is now.
They're considering the electric Porsche a wagon now. Now I didn't even know this. All right, I'm gonna have to look up some other pictures of it.
Yeah, we gotta look it up.
Because I want to see why they are even talking about this thing.
Thank you.
Wagon list. Cross Turismo. No, not videos. Stupid. Okay.
Hold on.
I am on board for this one. I dig it.
Hold on.
I like it.
This is more wagonish than a Panamera.
It is the exact same thing.
It is not the exact same thing. That back
Look at this. All right, hang on. All right, now, 1 second, my friend. I'm going to show you why I say they're the same thing. Open that picture back up, you bastard. All right. Now, all right, so look at that. Let me pull the Panamera back up. What was it called? Sport Turismo? Not Wikipedia. Not videos. Why do I keep hitting videos? All right, so let me see if I can find a similar picture. That was loud.
No, wake up in. Scroll up. Scroll
Where?
up.
Which?
Go back down. Come in. Slowly go back down. Slowly. Just keep going. So stop. Right there. Right
Which
there.
one? Which one?
The far right, very top. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the same. Let me see if I can find a good profile of this.
Keep going. Keep going. There you go.
That one's not bad. If it'll focus. There we go. It focused. All right. This is the Taycan Cross Turismo, whatever the hell they want to call it. That is definitely a wagon. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the Panamera.
Look how much.
It's not as rounded.
It's not as boxy either. So
it's
therefore,
not as rounded as this. I agree. But it's still wagony.
No,
yes.
It's not wagony at all.
Yes, it is. I guarantee this whole hatch area will open as a wagon.
I'm not saying it won't. But
that
also
makes
in the Panamera,
in a car, that's what makes
black
a wagon.
glass opens up. So you're not making a point because the whole black glass on the Panamera opens up.
I don't know. I like the lines of
Nope,
this a
I'm about
lot
to prove
better.
you wrong.
I like the lines of this one a whole hell of a lot better than the regular Panamera. And I'm really on board with this Taycan. That is a wagon. 100%.
You're a wagon.
Okay. I'm on board with that one. I am not on board with the price because the price is
nobody's on board with the price.
Oh, I know they're not going to lower the price.
I said, Lord, they're not on board with it. I gotta find a trunk.
Well, I'm just saying, if I could afford it,
Open
yeah, I'd
trunk.
be all over that shit. This one in this picture has some pretty aggressive tires on it.
Okay, go Google Porsche Panamera open trunk.
Oh, good lord.
You're absolutely right. I'm going to do the oh good Lord thing. Yes.
All right, hang on. Porsche. Spell it right. Panamera.
Open trunk. Because if that's the case, then a regular Panamera is a wagon. Ugh.
Fine. The whole thing opens. I think
Yeah.
that's more. I think this one's more
Mm-mm,
considered a hatchback, though.
No, don't try and change your story now. No, 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 no. It's a wagon then. It's a wagon.
No, I get what you're saying, and you know your Taycan looks more like the Audi Allroad. I don't think so.
No, it doesn't.
I
Agree to disagree.
definitely don't think
But
so.
I'm going to say that this reports Panamera is a wagon then. The whole thing should be a wagon then because the whole back end opens as a fifth door.
I don't know. Whatever. It's fine.
I'll take that point. Thank you very much.
Whatever.
Don't you whatever.
Shut your face. I think the regular Panamera is more considered a hatch, and then that Cross Turismo is what makes it a wagon. But I don't fucking care. Whatever. I like it. I like the
I like the Taycan. I like it as a wagon. I agree that the Taycan is a wagon. I agree with that. It looks more wagony than the Panamera. On to the next car.
I agree with that sentence. It's more of a wagon than the Panamera, 100%. I'm with you on that.
Okay, cool.
I think the Taycan looks better in wagon form than sedan form.
I do too. I drive it.
Mm-hmm.
But can we talk about the Porsche headlights for just a second? What's up with the 4 dots? They're weird.
They are weird. I'm not 100% sure even what those are. I don't know. Obviously, they're LED, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the benefit of it is. If there is a benefit, I don't know. But I'm not an overly huge fan. They've been using that design for quite a while now, and I don't know.
They have. I'm trying to figure it out, and it's just
I don't know.
It ain't working for me.
I'm not a really huge fan of him either. I don't know, pretty weird. Here it is.
Hi, baby.
Godzilla.
Hi.
In car form.
Hi.
Screw your Nissan GTR. I love this thing. It could be pink.
Nissan GTR.
I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
I would drive it.
Can you imagine they made a GTR in a wagon?
Actually, I've seen renders of older Skylines as wagons, and
they did the R34.
Actually, look really cool.
R34.
Yeah.
Wagon.
Yeah, they look really cool. But
let's see here.
We're talking about a German car right now.
They did. They did make a GTR, their R34 wagon, and that mug is sick.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of it.
I don't know, Bob. I don't know. That's a tough call for me. That's a tough call for me for the GTR R34 wagon or the R6 Avant. It's a tough call.
All right, I'm gonna have to do a side by side here. Hang on.
I mean, you know how I like my boxiness. I'm a G-Wagon fan, so you know I like boxiness.
Nissan Skyline wagon. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. I remember it.
That's a tough call for me.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't hate it.
I know you don't hate it, but for you, you're more of the R6 Avant. But for me, I'm this Skyline right now.
But where I'm at on the line, like the profile line, this thing puts me in the mindset of the old Volvo wagons.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does.
Just with the Skyline front end on it. That's where I draw like my line. I have to go RS6 Avant.
I
Just
get
for
it.
the
I
simple
get it.
fact that it doesn't look like anything else. Like nothing
True, it
else.
doesn't. But I mean, I'm just a.
Like I say, I don't hate the Skyline wagon, and for those of you that don't know, it never made this country. Obviously,
No,
they're just now being able to import them over here. For some stupid asshole reason,
no.
this country didn't allow
Yeah,
Nissan to import these vehicles over here when they were new.
it
Um,
sucks.
Now that certain time has passed, they've kind of, I don't know what you call it, but the statute of limitations or whatever, they've
Yeah,
passed that, and they're now people are now able to import them as antique vehicles or collector items or whatever.
yeah.
They're now allowed to import them over here, so you're probably going to start seeing them more.
No.
But I'm not 100% sure Nissan actually made these. I
I'm
want
not
to
either.
say I
I'm
want
not
to
either.
say these are aftermarket. I don't quote me on that, but I don't think that these were made by Nissan. I could be wrong. I might be wrong, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
No, no.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't know.
They
But
just
I do like the
they're
R6 Avant. I do like that wagon. It's sick.
they're just too Volvo-esque in the rear for me. That's my opinion. I
I
like
agree
them,
with that.
but
I agree with that statement because Volvo makes a very square, very very square
extremely,
wagon.
yeah. Like those, what were they?
The
The
CV,
no, like
VC,
the V90R or some
yeah,
shit like that. They were crazy good vehicles, but that's just
crazy boxy.
it's what that car puts me in the mindset of. But this RS6 Avant is insane. Almost 600 horsepower in a wagon is just incredible. Just over 3 seconds to 60, 190 miles an hour in a wagon, mind you. In your grandma's grocery getter, which this is not, but for the layperson, if you see a wagon, you just don't think of 600 horsepower, 3 seconds to 60, almost 200 miles an hour. Granted, it's 160 grand.
You know, you can get the new Volvo V90 in an R.
I did not.
You can.
What exactly does that consist of, my friend?
Sex on wheels.
Give me some numbers. Hit me with some
Hold on,
numbers.
let me find you some numbers. Give me a second.
I want numbers because that sounds insane. I'm gonna have to look it
Okay,
up
so
now.
numbers are 21 city, 32 highway. Horsepower is only 316 horsepower. It's in a turboed 2 liter.
That's a turbo 2 liter.
Yeah,
What? What?
yeah.
That's
English trucks.
ridiculous and stupid.
I know. I know.
Hold the hell on. That can't be right. No way.
Engine here.
Oh my god. I need
Engine size is a 2 liter, 4 cylinder, 316 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, and a straight four.
Volvo B90 T6R design. Is that what we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's a 2018 V90 T6R design.
I'm not like a 21.
I just
Yeah.
pulled up random shit. I don't know. All right, so let's see. This one's $40,500 for sale. Lovering, blah blah blah. Yeah, inline four supercharged.
The
That's
21.
pathetic.
21 that's the twin turbo. Sorry, it's twin turbocharged.
All right, 2021 Volvo
Price as tested, 58,000.
B90R. I want to know. Let's just go to Volvo's website. Screw it. Get off. Close that as well. Accept. Go away. Volvo V90 cross country. No, that's not what I want. Cars. Okay, these are all 2022s, obviously.
Obviously.
This is a V60 Recharge, which is a hybrid wagon. All right, let me drop that down. Remove. Hang on 1 second here, folks.
This is what we do.
Yeah, this just goes along with it. All right, so this is the V60 Recharge, if you will, hybrid wagon. 455 combined horsepower. That's what I'm talking about. That's more like it. And I like it. It's a nice vehicle. It's really nice. Good lines. The profile is good. Wheels are nice. It's got that typical Volvo front end. I dig it, man.
Yeah.
But it starts at 67 grand. So
but it's a hybrid, so yeah,
I don't dig it that much. I don't know, actually. No, I understand. I understand the whole hybrid. I would drive it, absolutely, but I can't afford it. So I'm not going to be driving it. All right, let's get back.
I go test drive just for fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's do that one day soon. All right, so like I said, RS6 Avant, insane car. It's beautiful. I don't dislike anything about it. I've not been able to find anything wrong with that thing. It's insane.
Yeah.
Second,
RS6 Avant is insane too.
Yeah. Second to this thing, wagon wise, CTSV.
Yes, I agree with that statement.
Yeah. Shame on General Motors for getting rid of that. They should have. They should have done the new CTS in a wagon.
They should have made a CT5 wagon.
They should. I agree. Okay, that's the list. That was very short. I figured it would be. That's kind of annoying.
Now, what I would love to see Cadillac do, which I know they won't do because Cadillacs, they're just stupid. They won't do it. But if they were to bring back the CT6 sedan to the United States, and then gave us a CT6 wagon, I would rock that.
I would need to see it, obviously, I
don't need to see it. I would rock it.
I love the CT6. Mm-hmm. Where I think that they went wrong with the CT6, though, even back when they were doing the Blackwing with the twin turbo V8, just in a car that size, to have a 5.5 liter twin turbo V8, it made good power. But when you have a supercharged 6.2 at your disposal, why would you completely make a brand new engine from scratch, waste all that time, all that effort, all that engineering, all like making the presses and all of that shit? Why would you do that?
I want to correct you real quick. You gave the wrong engine size for the CT6V. So it's a twin turbo 4.2 liter.
Okay, it's even smaller. But it made 550 horsepower, right?
Well, it made it 550 horses though.
Okay, that's where I had the 5 and 5. Yeah. The 550 horsepower, 4.2 liter V8. That's pretty damn small.
Yeah, it's dual. Yeah, direct injection. Yeah, it's got a lot to it though. It's a dual overhead cam. It's a direct injection. 32 valves. I mean, it's got a lot to it, so that I can see the horsepower coming to it.
I get all the technology and all that, but like
it was built by the Germans.
I understand, all of that stuff, but when you have a supercharged 6.2 from the CTSV, why not just use that? Why do you have to have an exclusive engine to one vehicle that you only built a very small amount of and didn't even sell that fucking many of them because they were over 100 grand? I just don't understand it. Like, I really, really don't get it. Like, in my mind, you have a car that is significantly bigger than the CTSV, but you put an engine that is less powerful in it. Where does that make sense?
You got EPA, you got other government regulations and stuff like that. You got to kind of put in consideration.
The 6.2 versus the 4.2. The 4.2 has a higher rev. The 6.2 doesn't. 6.2 is an overhead valve. 4.2 is a dual overhead cam. Two different setups, two different makeups, two different outputs, two different applications. I see why they went with the 4.2 because you can put that in other applications in the market. You can't shove a 6.2 in everything on the street that Cadillac makes.
Tell him to come closer to the computer. Tell him to come closer.
Hold on, come here.
Get in here, Hunter. Come on.
He's like, come here.
Don't talk through George. Just get over here.
He's cooking. He can't at the moment. He's cooking, but yeah, but he knows more engine. He's more engines than I am. But I can see what he's saying. The 4.2 you can put that application into more vehicles that Cadillac. Yeah, and because that 6.2 you can't just shove a 6.2 in everything Cadillac makes.
No, I'm not saying you can. I know
that. GM, sorry, we're correct. GM makes.
No, I know that. I know you can't shove a 6.2 and a CT4. I understand that. But my whole point is,
give it a hot V setup, and you can put that twin turbo 4.2 in a CT4 and have things you can't put the 6.2 and won't even come close to, and still get the same horsepower.
Not you. I love you. Oh, wow. Okay. There's so much you can do with it. And I wish when he gets to cooking, it's a very small V8. And imagine, say you take that 4.2, you tuck the turbos underneath it in the middle of the intake. And you can shove that in there and still get the same horsepower.
You can put that
and put that in the CT4. It'll fit.
And I'm on board for that. I'm 100% on board for that. I think the CT4V Blackwing obviously took the place of the ATS-V, which the ATS-V had 464 horsepower of the twin turbo V6.
The last thing Cadillac wants to look for in their image is stagnation. That's what happened with the big body DTS. That's when they switched to the STS and they switched to the CTS because the Cadillac brand needed revamped. Why would you buy something if Cadillac's not going to redesign an engine? And they say, hey, yes, if it's broke, don't fix it. But if you're going to be stuck in the past and everyone else is going smaller with the same output, you have to keep up with the trending market. If not, people are going to switch to BMW, Mercedes, Audi, who's getting the same horsepower that everything else is. That's why they didn't put a fucking 6.2 in. Because it doesn't make sense. They have to stay on top of it to justify the price that they charge for their market, especially the black one. Because that's fucking crazy.
Because didn't the CT4 Blackwing have a twin turbo V6?
Yeah.
One of them had the Super 6.2.
The 6 had the Super. That was
the 5.
The 5. I think the 5 had the Super 6. No, I got it.
No. Listen. All right. Listen. The ATS-V had a twin turbo V6. It made 464 horsepower. I can't remember the torque. That doesn't matter. So when they replaced it with the CT4V, they updated the twin turbo V6 and it makes like 472, I think, something like that. And it's not even that much more.
It's a tuning as well. They dialed them back.
So like
if they beefed up the lower end, they could tune it to a higher output without having to jump to a higher liter. They could hit 500 horsepower on that twin turbo 3 liter easily by stringing the lower end at the top end to not blow up at 6,500 RPM.
What Hunter's talking about, lower displacement, same output. I'm completely on board with that. I'm 100% on board with these smaller engines making the same amount of horsepower, if not more. I'm 100% on board with that. Now, if they had taken that CT6 Blackwing V8 and reconfigured the turbos to fit that under the CT4V, I would be completely on board with that. Because you're just a touch over half a liter bigger, and you're almost 100 horsepower more.
Yeah.
You know, you want to compete with the Germans and all these Japanese manufacturers, you have got to step your fucking game up. You know, the M3 went to a V8 a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
for the same price point, whoever buys a Japanese high-end vehicle, they're not going to buy a Cadillac, I don't think. If you're referencing like the Lexus LS 500 F Sport,
Mm-hmm.
well,
I
that's
can think of anything
what I'm
else.
talking about. You know, all these
Acura, like the turbocharged 3-liter V6, the TLX.
Yeah.
Same person gonna buy a TLX is not gonna go buy a fucking twin turbo 4.2 liter CT6. That's just two different markets, two different.
No. That's exactly right. They're a completely different class of vehicle. That's a completely different class of vehicle. What I'm talking about is you take that 4.2 twin turbo V8 and you shove it into a small car like a CT4. Call that the fucking Blackwing. Now you're in business. Now you're going to compete with the M3s. Now you're going to compete with the whatever Lexus LC 500, whatever the hell that thing's called. Now you're going to compete with those.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you're talking about the big cars like the CT6,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's where I think that they screwed up, because you have such a big car. 550 horsepower might seem like a lot, and it does sound like a lot, but in a car that weighs over 2 tons, that's not a lot.
No,
It's just not.
Yeah.
That's where I think that they screwed up, because you have that supercharged 6.2. I know that's a big engine, but it's making now 670 horsepower in Cadillac iteration. In Corvette trim, if you will, it was making 755 horsepower. Why are you not utilizing that engine? They completely discontinued it altogether. They're not utilizing that engine anymore. In a big car with all-wheel drive, that's the engine you want.
But also, all-wheel drive doesn't rob the horsepower output like it used to in the middle to late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, that's true. That well, yeah, definitely doesn't do that.
We're in a whole nother generation when it comes to all-wheel drive or symmetrical all-wheel drive.
I get that too, but I mean, a lot of these cars, all-wheel drive is becoming just more utilized, and I don't know. I just think that they screwed up with the CT6 or the CT5 and the CT6. I think they screwed up with both of them. I really do.
Yeah. Well, I think what is the horsepower ratio they're gonna put in that Escalade V? What are the numbers for that yet? Are those even out?
That's the exact same V8 as the CT6 Black or the CT5 Blackwing. It's the exact same engine. 668 horsepower. It's 668 horsepower, and it's close to the same torque.
Why didn't they use like that crate engine that GM just put out?
That's too expensive. It's 1,000 horsepower. I just don't think it's cost effective for them to use that one. But like I said before, had they not discontinued that C7 ZR1 supercharged 6.2, keep building that and shove that onto the fucking hood of that Escalade. 755 horsepower.
They are.
No, it's the exact.
Escalade V is going to be a Super 6.2. They already said
it is. It's a supercharged 6.2, but it's
6.2.
It's the same as the CT. No, it's the same as the Blackwing CT5. That's the exact same engine.
It's the exact same engine. Yeah.
668 is horsepower. I'm sorry, that thing weighs 3 tons. At least 3 tons. It needs more horsepower.
But what is it competing with? Like a GL?
Oh God. The big Lexus.
The big Lexus.
The big Mercedes, whatever the hell that is.
Maybach.
Whoever buys a Maybach is not going to step down to an Escalade V.
No. Maybach is that's a completely different thing of its own. Did they make an X9 BMW? I don't even know.
No.
X7, X9.
Yeah, they make the X7.
X7 isn't.
I'm not to make an X8, but
the X7 isn't that big. I don't think the Escalade will compete with it. The Navigator, maybe.
Is Lincoln going to even produce a sport?
I don't
line
even
for
know if they
Navigators?
still make the fucking Navigator,
They still make
honestly.
it. They do still make it.
They may. It might be in competition with that. What else is there?
I mean, no, the Infinity QX, what, 80?
Maybe something like that. I know that.
Nothing bigger than that.
I'm not sure that the Lambos and the Astons. I don't think they're in the
I
same
can see it the
class.
Aston. I can see
Aston's
it
not
being the
that big
Aston.
though. The Aston's not that big.
Nor is the Lamborghini.
The Lamborghini is the same as the Audi
It's a
Q7.
Q8.
It's not that big. It's just not that big.
It's the same size as a Q8 almost.
No. The Q8's even smaller than the Q7. The Q8's more of a like a sporty crossover. It's not even that big. The Escalade's huge. You have guys have got to remember the
Yeah.
Escalade's gigantic.
I know it's gigantic. I want one.
The bigger Japanese ones, the bigger Germans.
The biggest
the
Japanese is right
Navigator.
now is the LX. They even can probably compete with the LX 500, 600.
Yeah.
600. S
Yeah.
Is that even a 3-row?
It is a 3-row.
Is it a 3? I bet
Yeah.
that third row is hella small.
It is. And it's still, and overall, it's still small because the LX is nowhere near the size of the Escalade, lengthwise or widthwise, but it's their full size.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's Lexus more market right now is more to the housewife, the mid-size SUV or a compact SUV.
Yeah.
That's their market,
Yeah.
and which really sucks. That's their market, but hey, somebody's got to have that market. Fuck it, Lexus take it. But Lexus is also
Lexus don't take it because you make hideous vehicles.
They don't make hideous vehicles just because
They are awful. They're garbage.
They totally turn around their interior.
The entire front end is grill and headlights.
I support that
Okay.
all day.
Hunter supports the
That
fact that
front
he
end
hates the
is
front end of the
fucking
Lexus. He
Thank
thinks it's
you,
hideous
Hunter.
too.
Thank you. It's all headlight and grill. That's all it is.
Fucking a foot and a half of plastic.
Yeah,
It's terrible. It's
terrible.
garbage.
Okay, fine, whatever. I like it.
The
I
Lexus
like
is no. The interiors I can't argue with. They are nice, but no.
They revamped it. They finally redid their interior for the 2022 market.
That's what I mean. The interiors are fine, but the front ends I
It
cannot.
wasn't.
I just can't do the front ends.
Yes, it is.
Can't. And I'm actually 100% on the same page when it comes to that asshole Jeep Wagoneer. That thing is
Well,
ugly,
I'm
but the
going-
interior is stupidly nice.
Going with that, but they need to get their shit together. They're going to end up putting shit ton of them on the dealership lots with for sale sign and marked down a clearance tag on them because that's outrageous. For a 6.4, what was that?
100.
You built one that was just crazy.
I built one for 120K.
Wait a minute. For a Jeep?
Yeah,
For a Jeep.
yeah,
That better have been a Grand Wagoneer.
it was.
Fucking 120 grand for a Jeep. Ugh. That's insane. Now I will concede the fact that the interior
But have you
very
heard?
nice. The
So-
interior is very, very nice.
Yeah, it
I
is.
will
but-
say that.
But so now they have two versions of the Grand Wagoneer and the Wagoneer. They now have a Jeep Wagoneer L, and they have a Grand Wagoneer L. The L is
So
to
it's
compete with the
even-
Suburban and
So
the
it's even
Tahoe.
more monstrous.
Yes,
Yeah.
to compete with the Suburban.
The overall size.
Yeah,
Well, they want to
They
knock it
lengthened
off
it.
even more because the
they gave it a
profile
foot-
line.
They added a foot to it.
Oh, good lord, that's a lot.
But it's still a foot and a half longer, ain't it? Than the
Yeah.
Bird?
Yeah, and
It's
so,
bigger
and
than
it's
the Bourbon,
it's
ain't
bigger
it?
than a Bourbon now.
That's huge because the Suburban is massive.
Because the Suburbans are a foot and a half bigger than the previous generations.
Right.
And now the Wagoneer's
Jesus
a foot
Christ,
bigger
that's
than that.
insane.
The fuck, we driving an MTA bus to soccer practice with
Yes, we are.
17 hoodlums in the back?
Yes, we are.
Scratching up everything with your little sticky hands?
Yes, we
Well,
sure are.
Well, you remember the Suburban High Country that we sat in
Yeah.
Columbia? That thing
Yeah.
was a cave.
Yeah,
Like sitting in the front seat, the hatch looked like it was half a mile away from you.
Yeah, like
So
it's
if the Grand Wagoneer L is that much longer than the Suburban, holy freaking shit. I can't even imagine.
yeah. So I'm gonna right now. I'm on my phone, and I'm gonna build one real quick. I'm gonna tell you the price for this when I get through building it. So now, granted, the base price for what I'm building is 104,000.
That's base price.
That's a horrible starting point.
Holy shit, that's a
That's the
horrible
base
starting
price.
point. That's horrible.
It's 104.
Yeah,
That's no options. That's base price. 104 grand.
yeah.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Okay, so going back to Chris. Hang on a second. I want to go back to a comment that Chris
So where does the track cost fall into all
Chris
this
put
stuff?
in here.
Since we're talking about high performance, outrageously expensive SUVs.
Well, I'm sure they're going to do a Hellcat Grand fucking Wagoneer. They shoved that stupid ass engine under anything.
And that company within Stellantis was shut down.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but apparently someone is shoving a Hellcat engine underneath the hood of a Pacifica.
That's just what Grandma needs is a fucking Hellcat engine.
And
Exactly. A Hellcat Pacifica, really?
An SRT8 Pacifica.
It's so stupid. Like people just have too much time on their hands. I don't get it. Like I don't know. It's just
And
dumb.
people have too much time on their hands. Canceled the 6.2.
People too much time and too much money. I don't know. It's ridiculous. We got to get the wheel talk though, bruh.
Yeah. So my grand prize total was 116,000.
116. That's actually not that bad with options.
Then you got to finance this son of a gun.
Well, yeah. I mean that's crazy, but options wise, it's only what?
They didn't give me a lot of options.
Only 12 grand in options. So you have a lot of standard equipment.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's actually probably not too bad of a starting point then. If you only have those options, 12 grand worth of options, you're probably pretty well equipped in base form. So I mean that's not bad. Actually, I don't think. I don't have a wheel talk question. I was not prepared. Let's see if I can come up with one off the hip here. Oh, you weren't okay. So you weren't you were MIA when I did this question to myself. So I'm gonna ask you this question.
Okay.
We'll go with it. All right, here, wheel talk, bro. All right, so I haven't been able to do this in a few weeks, but wheel talk, bruh. So okay, a few weeks back, I believe it was MSN Autos presented the question to I don't know whoever read. You know the new Corolla GR, whatever the fuck it's called, right?
Yeah.
The little hot hatch Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Well, that thing makes 300 horsepower out of a 3-cylinder. If you can believe that. Pretty crazy. But the question that they posed was if you could take that 1.3 liter 3-cylinder turbo 300 horsepower engine and swap it into something else, what would you put it in?
And it produces how much horsepower again?
300. Out of a 3-cylinder. That's pretty. That's crazy.
Beautifulest thing you've ever seen.
Oh, it is. Oh, that's gorgeous.
All right, focus.
So, he put food in front of me.
All right, I get it.
Hold on. A 3-liter.
No, not a 3-liter, a 3-cylinder.
3-cylinder.
300 horsepower, turbocharged engine.
Yeah,
You could
because
take
Audi-
that.
Or Mercedes AMG the small SUV, the
GLA. Yeah.
The AMG, that's a 2-liter, 400 horsepower, 386 pound torque, I might be off on a horsepower figure, but not by much.
Oh no! I know that the
horsepower per cylinder was a half liter per piston. The half liter is a golden ratio with that combustion for some reason. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that A-Class AMG is insane. It makes over 400 horsepower out of a 2-liter turbo. Like that thing is incredibly insane.
On the interstate might be 25.
I put in a Honda Accord.
There's plenty of room.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love my Honda Accord.
So your Honda.
Yeah. I will double my horsepower.
Well, yeah, you have a piece of shit 1.5 turbo. That's not
Now,
too
stop right there.
Fuck that.
That 1.5 right now on the highway, I'm averaging 50. I'm averaging 40 mpg.
All right, I get economy wise. I get economy.
No, I'm not gonna let you talk shit about my engine because my engine.
I am gonna talk shit about your engine because you have.
No, I don't need
all
a big
right,
body.
Hang on. What trim level is your Honda Accord?
Touring.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Touring is what it's all about is comfort and cruising. That's what touring means. But when you have a sport with a 1.5 turbo, you can kiss my ass. There's nothing sporty about that. Nothing. Am I wrong?
Do we sell horsepower or do we sell image?
Horsepower. That's sport. You're talking about sport. 1.5 turbo does not scream sport at all.
Has he driven a Honda Accord?
Have you driven
in sport
and
paddle shifters?
Oh, the sport, because you might want to because you're gonna want to rethink your statement.
I'll drive one. Let's go drive one. I'll go drive one right now.
I got one sitting outside.
That's not sporty. I'm sorry.
But I have a sport button, just like the sport. Don't twist it. That suspension stiffens out tighter than some girls I know.
I have track mode on my car. It doesn't make it a race car.
Depends on who's driving it.
It doesn't make it a race car. Trust me.
I don't know. My touring handles better than I thought it ever would. I am impressed with my touring. I have not driven a sport because it doesn't have half the options that my touring has. I mean,
depends on what you want.
The sport is. What is the sport?
Didn't you tell me you drove an Accord with a 2-liter turbo and you didn't like it as much?
Oh no, the first one I drove, a fat guy had it and it was very uncomfortable. I did go back and redrive another 2.0 touring, and it was amazing.
Okay, that's what you told me.
Tires.
That's what you told me. The first one was shit.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me about the second one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The 2.0, I will have to say is a good engine.
And there's a lot
of and most of them are. Yeah. I'm not. I personally, I'm over the 2-liter turbo, honestly, because so many vehicles have it in it, and I understand why. The technology has gotten so much better. All right. So I'll put it into perspective for everybody right now. My first car had a 2.2-liter 4-cylinder, a non-turbo, obviously, because turbos weren't like the most popular thing back in 1990. It was a Chevy Corsica, nothing special at all. Had a 2.2-liter turbo, 4-cylinder, non-turbo. I don't even know how much horsepower it made. I would have to Google it.
15.
If it made 100 horsepower, I'd be shocked. I'm about to look it up because I want to know. So hang on 1 second.
Hell, you had the McLaren division within Pontiac produced the 3.1 McLaren Turbo Grand Prix F1. And that McLaren V6 and that I know exactly what you're talking about. That thing made pretty good horsepower for its time.
It's a completely different animal. I mean, you're involving McLaren in your engine. It should make decent power. Let's see. Hang on one second here, folks. Okay, it made 122 horsepower in 1990, a 2.2 liter, 122 horsepower out of a 2.2 liter four cylinder, which for 1990 wasn't all that bad considering my Chevy Sonic from 2013 with a, what did it have? It had a 1.8. It had a 1.8 non-turbo four cylinder, and it only made 138 horsepower. So from 1990 to 2013, horsepower only went up 16 horsepower.
But that's also an economy car too, so they're not really based on horsepower.
I get that. So let's just put that into perspective, though. 1990, 122 horsepower, 2.2 liter. Now, these days, the 2-liter turbo, which is like the standard of the industry with base engines, makes anywhere from 250 to 435 horsepower, depending on tune, parts, all that technology bullshit, variable valve timing and nonsense. It's just crazy, the technology, how far advanced it has become.
And now they have like those variable geometry turbochargers that like only suck power from cylinders 1 and 3 between 500 RPM and 3000 RPM, and then cylinders 2 and 4 above a certain level, and then when you're maxing it out, it often sucks it from both. But
right, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Break it down, and it's like the engineering behind the AMG version of the 2-liter is astounding.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the Germans have it to like an incredible level of science. It's just out of this world. And then you have, the I think the current GM 2-liter turbo makes 250 horsepower.
Yeah, it's like a Honda.
You shove that under the hood of, say a car the size of the Sonic. You got decent performance. Like that thing will move.
It would have to be all-wheel drive.
Yeah. Right. And throw some all-wheel drive under that shit. Absolutely, that thing will move.
Keep up with
they never did that, of course, because they're a bunch of fucking pussies. Which I hope General Motors never gets wind of that. But it's just my opinion. They didn't even put the 2-liter turbo under the Cruze, which was a bigger car. They got
what, a 1.4 and a 1.6?
It was a 1.8. 1.4 turbo and a 1.8.
Options on the Cruze.
On the Cruze,
at some point, I'm not sure the year.
Not 100% sure all.
Cruze,
I'm not 100% sure all of the
like the Eco.
Everything that the Cruze had. I'm not 100% sure on. I know they did a diesel version of the Cruze. That was the Eco.
You got a 1.4, and a 1.6, and a 1.4 diesel.
I thought there were plenty of.
Okay, the diesel was a 1.4 still. All right, the 1.6. Okay, that makes sense. But I mean, they could have easily shoved the 2-liter turbo into that thing, had an RS version, whatever. But they just didn't do that. Shame on them for that. They put the 2-liter turbo in the Malibu. They put the 2-liter turbo in the
Cruze. Could have been Chevy's Focus STI.
Absolutely, it could have.
Easily.
Absolutely, it could have. They could have rivaled the. They could have rivaled the
Cobalt SS.
The Cobalt SS was insane. 260 horsepower out of that turbo 2-liter. It was insane.
They dropped the ball majorly on that. And at the time, there wasn't really a major gas crisis going on.
No, absolutely not.
With the exception of like 2008, but 2008 was a figment in our imagination by the time the Cruze came around.
Yeah, they definitely dropped the ball on the whole hot hatch thing. The Cruze
SSs out there right now that are tearing people up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
that
you
eco
stop.
that 2.2 Ecotech,
With
if
the
you built it
supercharger,
properly, if you built that 2.2 Ecotech properly, it would make between 1,000 and 1,200 horsepower. Like that engine was bulletproof and incredibly customizable, and I just don't understand why they didn't utilize it even more. And then when the Cruise did come around, you're right. The Cruise could have definitely competed with the Focus RS.
but every
Uh,
one of them focuses that is, like every little fuckboy has right now.
well, yeah, because it makes good power from stock, and you
And
can
the
customize
horsepower,
it.
the gas mileage is still like 30 some mpg.
That's what I'm talking about. Anything with a turbocharger, it's gonna get good gas mileage as long as you don't put your foot in it. And the Cruise could have been that.
Yep.
All they had to do was to just tweak that 2-liter turbo just a little bit, not even a lot, because in Camaro form it made 270, and in Cadillac form it made 272. So just tweak it just a little bit. Keep the all-wheel drive system, and it could have made between 330, 350 horsepower easily, and compete. And it could have competed with the Focus. Absolutely, it could have. And then a step further, the
And you know they
Sonic,
get
the
that segment
Sonic,
of the market.
the Sonic could have competed with the Fiesta ST.
Yep.
Yep.
They do have a fucking Fiesta S2. They sure
Yes,
do.
they do. Yeah, they absolutely do.
And it is
The
crazy
Sonic could have easily competed with that with the stock 2-liter turbo.
But
You
there's people
didn't
that
even need to do anything
want
to
a
it.
small car but don't want the 1.03 cylinder economy version.
That's what I'm talking about. They took that car and took and put a decent amount of horsepower into it, called it the ST, whatever the hell that means. I don't know what ST stands for, but it doesn't matter. But the Sonic could have done that. The Sonic could have been the answer to the Fiesta ST, but they just didn't do that. They had an RS version, but all that consisted of was an appearance package. They upgraded the interior a little bit. They fucked with the transmission gearing, and that's it. It literally had the same 1.4 liter turbo, 138 horsepower garbage engine that.
Was that attached to a CVT?
No. The RS I think was a 6-speed,
Oh,
like
okay,
a
gotcha.
legit,
Yeah.
like a legit 6-speed. I want to say.
Well, everything
The-
down here now is a 6-speed.
No, the Spark had the CVT, and I test drove one of those when I bought my Sonic. It was shitty, so I don't recommend those.
Do you fit in a Spark?
I drove one the day I bought my Sonic. Yeah, I drove one. It was a piece of shit. So yeah, don't buy one of
I mean,
those. But
nobody
anyway,
can sit behind him.
We're legit coming up on 2 hours, so we're gonna call it. George and Hunter, I appreciate you guys coming on, doing this thing with me. It was fun, good times. Don't ever ghost me again.
No, got to.
So yeah, that's gonna do it. George, again, I thank you, my friend.
Mhm.
The list was short, but it was cool. We got to inform people on Wagons, and
I missed them.
yeah, it's all good.
Honda's made a concept for the Accord wagon.
Yes, you showed that to me.
Yes.
I don't remember if I was a fan of it or not. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember. But I really need to pee, so this is gonna. I'm gonna end this shit. I have got to pee, like
Well,
really bad.
Go pee. Until next time.
Yeah. Join us. Join the. Follow the YouTube channel. Join the Facebook group. I've got T-shirts and hats still available. Anyone that wants one, let me know. If you buy both, I'll cut you a deal. Other than that, that's gonna do it. Everybody have fun.
Bye.